Welcome back to episode 6 of SG Sports Uncut. In this segment, we're talking basketball with two of our national players in Lavin Raj and co-captain Delvin Goh. And they're joined by the team manager, Mikell Koh. Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of SG Sports Uncut. Delvin Goh, we'll start with you first. But before we talk about the sport proper, let's give our fans a chance to get to know all three of you a little better. Delvin, which NBA club do you support?
As for now, I would say the Lakers.
Okay.
It used to be Kobe Bryant. That was one of my idols, and then I support the Lakers because of Kobe Bryant. So, but as of now, I still think that the Lakers are really one team that I like to watch. With LeBron James joining in, so it's gonna be fun.
LeBron, I'm a Lakers fan, going back all the way to the 80s.
Yep.
But I somehow see the King
Mm-hmm.
as like a journeyman because he has gone to at least 3 or 4 clubs in this decade. Well, I'm not sure. I'm a Lakers fan, but I don't know about LeBron being there. But your favorite Laker of all time?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
Enough said. Kobe Bryant.
Wow, nice. Okay. Can you cook? And if so, which is your favorite dish?
I would say, like normally people ask me that, but because I went to Australia like a couple of months ago, and then I cooked steak, and then it's really good. So I'm not sure, because to me it's good, but I'm not sure whether to other people whether it's good or not. But so I cook steak.
Steak.
Yeah.
You can cook steak.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you do here as well in Singapore.
I can't do it at my house due to religion.
Oh,
But
okay.
then when I go over there, I just cook steaks.
Wow. Okay, Lavin Raj, we come to you next, and with your size and height, what is your normal breakfast like? What do you usually have for breakfast in the morning? Consume.
Usually for breakfast, I try not to really eat too much during breakfast because most of the time I practice at 10 a.m. Yeah, so I don't really like to eat right before practice. So I try to get something light, maybe like probably just get some milk or maybe just 2 slices of bread with an egg. That's pretty much it for breakfast.
And you can last. From the dinner the night before, just 2 slices of bread and milk, and you go for training.
Yeah, because I'm pretty used to it. I normally try to wake up like 1 hour or 1.5 hours before practice, so I don't really eat don't have time to make breakfast for myself too. So it's just nice for me to reach practice and get ready to go.
So that is breakfast training. What is a standard lunch for you like? What type of items do you consume?
A standard lunch, probably something more heavy, because I need to recover, and probably something like if I'm staying at SSI, I probably go to the Cha store. Probably get maybe like 2 or 3 meats, and probably like 1 or 2 veg, some rice. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
For lunch.
And then for dinner, is it another heavy meal, or do you have snacks in between?
I have snacks because we practice at 7, so try to get something before practice, something light, probably like a sandwich. Maybe probably go to Subway, get a sandwich, and maybe after practice something like again for the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Delvin told us about his favorite NBA club. I'm going to ask you something else. Did you get to try out the new NBA 2K20 video game?
No, I haven't tried it. But I played the previous 2Ks, but I haven't really tried the new game.
Okay. And which is your favorite NBA club?
Oh, my favorite NBA club is probably the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow.
Because I used to be a huge fan of Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, and now they are like younger European players like Porzingis and Luka Doncic. Yeah, so I'm really a big fan of them.
Nice. One is for the Mavs, one is for the Lakers. Let's hear now from the team manager, Mikell Koh. How has 2019 been for you so far, Mike?
It's been great. Been very, very busy preparing for the SEA Games. Yeah, we ended last year with FIBA Asia, also a very busy year. Yeah, so I think this coming SEA Games will be our 5th overseas trip. Yeah.
Okay. And which was the most significant moment or event for you this year, and why?
This year, so far I think it will be the Xi'an trip, because I think we really break into like a China market. We get to build new fans from the north. Yeah, so it's a different perspective. we get to see different layers of players there, from university to provincial to state.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
like wow, it's like massive. The population there, the exposure there that we can tap on. Yeah, it's marvelous.
A great eye opener, nonetheless.
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
You are surrounded by a Lakers fan and a Mavericks fan yourself.
Oh, I'm Celtics.
Boston.
Yes, because I grew up, back in the 80s, it's like Larry Bird and
Mikell.
Yes, it's only both of them, and I would be like waking up in the middle of the night just to watch them. So,
Okay. And your favorite all-time star?
well, I'm like Paul Gasol.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like his, the aggressiveness, like all the what moves in the paint.
Yeah.
I like all these moves rather than just shooting from the arc and that's it. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
more of like a technical guy. I like to see all the moves, all the challenges inside. Yeah.
He represented Spain, right?
Yes.
Gasol. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was in Singapore in 2005 when Singapore played host to the bidding to host the 2012 Olympic Games.
Yes.
Gasol came to Singapore to support the Madrid contingent.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a chance to at least touch him.
Okay.
All right then. Now that we are up to speed with the three of you, let's talk basketball. And Delvin, as the co-captain of Singapore's national squad, how are you feeling with only days remaining before your SEA Games campaign begins in the Philippines?
I mean, I'm sure the team can't wait. We've been preparing since September, and been to Xi'an, we've been to Vietnam just last week, and I think the team, based on preparation wise, I think that we're ready for now, and then with just days to go, I think we just can't wait. We just can't wait to go there and compete. So yeah.
Okay. We'd just like to inform our viewers that this particular show was pre-taped on November 26th, while the guys are still in Singapore. By the time this show is released on YouTube, on SG Sports TV, it will be December 4th. So by then, Team Singapore would have just played their first game. It's against the host nation and the powerhouse themselves, the Filipinos. So Delvin, this is your 5th SEA Games campaign. Are you doing anything different preparations-wise as opposed to other games over the years?
I'll say it's not much difference. It's just that previous 3 SEA games, my first 3 games is with another coach. My 4th one is another coach, and then this one is with another coach. So preparation-wise is more or less for me itself is actually the same, but then it's all adapting to what the coaches want. That's the part where we got to really touch on. But as for now, I think there's really not much changes for me. I'm just doing what I can, doing what I do best, working hard in training and all that, just to help the team.
Okay, awesome. Lavin Raj, this is your 2nd SEA Games campaign. So what's going through your mind at the moment? Are you nervous, anxious?
I'm actually really very excited for this SEA Games. From the previous SEA Games, I got to know like what international basketball is like. So I've been trying to change my game a little. Trying to work on some things that I didn't get to display in the previous SEA Games. So really looking forward to this SEA Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the age of 19, you're the youngest player in the squad. So who do you look towards for advice and guidance?
I actually look towards everyone for advice, but probably both my captains, Leon and Del, because me and Del, we are probably like one of the closer ones in the team. I've known him for quite some time, So and probably for like advices, I probably look for both of them. And Leon helps me out a lot because he talks to me a lot and tells me what I need to improve, what I need to do during the game, off the court and on the court. And same for Del.
Okay. Team manager Mike, what does Lavin bring to this basketball team?
Oh, he's young, he's learning, and then he's getting faster and faster every year since we see him. So yeah, he's working hard. Yeah,
Obviously, he's playing the center.
He's playing the
right?
center. Yes.
Yeah. What can you say of co-captain Delvin, who is now into his 8th year with the national team?
Wow, we are looking more experience from him, and then for him to guide not only Lavin and also his the rest of the teammates.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in his 5th games, he not only shared the game's perspective, I mean off-court mindset and all the preparation as well. Yeah,
Okay.
so he's sharing everything. It's not just on the game itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Lavin, let's talk briefly about the 12-member squad that's been assembled for the games. What can you tell us about? You just touched on him, Leon Quek. Which position does he play, and what's his playing style?
Leon plays the shooting guard, around the small forward and power forward position. And for his game, I think he's a very good shooter. He can really shoot the ball from beyond from the 3-point line, mid range, and he can really score the ball. Yeah, so I think he has a really terrifying game. He can really score. Yeah,
And he's the team captain.
yeah, he's the
team captain,
yeah,
right?
the co-captains.
Co-captain. Okay. Delvin, another one to watch out for in Team Singapore is Wong Wei Loong, another big name. How is he looking at the moment in training, Wei Loong?
This is my 5th one with him, so I mean he's 31, he's 30 or 31 now, but he's still trying to keep himself fit. It's tough for someone with his busy schedule, and then at his age, and then he's still trying to just try to make sure that his body is in shape and all that. Right now, I think he's a leader on court and off the court as well. He's the one talking a lot, to the young ones, even to us. So we really look to him for advice and all that. So as for this game, I think at a crucial moment, I know that he's gonna take over. He's gonna calm us down. He's gonna control the tempo for the team. So as for now, I think he's a good leader, and we just gotta take care of our business and see him.
And it's good to probably have him playing in the same team, because in the recent Singapore Slingers, the ABL finals, you all went down all the way to the final, and he was on the opposing Indonesian team, right? Yeah. And they won 3-2, the best of 5. Mike, what can you say about Isaac Lowe's contributions to the team?
Isaac, he's practicing, or he's studying law at the moment. So he's just back from Europe. So he provides a different perspective. I mean, a different mindset, because he's been playing in Europe, etc. So he comes in offering a different mindset. So he's been pretty aggressive. He plays like a power forward. He can shoot from the arc as well. So he's giving us a lot of options. He's somebody for the future. Yeah.
Okay. I also heard that Rangarajan Vignesh was the MVP, most valuable player for his club Siglap back in August in the 2019 ICBC NBL Division 1.
Yes. He's young. He's fast. He provides us a lot of fast break options. Yeah, so it's good for the centers that they could look out for him. Yeah, but of course he's hoping that from this game he could pick up more experiences. He's only 21. Yeah, so definitely with more international games and more SEA games, he will be an asset. Yeah.
He'll grow and mature into.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Lavin, let's touch on the trip last month to Xi'an, China, for about 8 days. Tell us your current head coach, who he is and what did he work with the team in Xi'an.
So our current head coach is Coach Chu Dongqing. So he was a professional player in Taiwan, and I think he went to Korea too to play professional. Yeah. So during the Xi'an games, the trip to Xi'an, we worked on our defensive concepts, our offensive concept, and what are we supposed to do during the game, like on defense, like we show and recover, and basically all the minor details that are important for SEA games. Yeah.
Okay. So personally, what did you gain training in China?
I definitely gained a lot of experience, because one of the teams that we played with more experienced team, like the guys were older and stronger, and yeah, so playing against them, I definitely I learned some new tricks that I could use in SEA games. Yeah. And how can I stop a larger opponent, an opponent that's bigger than me? So
An opponent that's bigger than you.
yeah,
You're already, what's your height?
2 meters.
Okay. It's an opponent that's bigger than you in Southeast Asia. Wow. Okay. Delvin, your height?
Same.
Same. Wow. Okay. Now, Delvin, back in September, you traveled to Australia for 1 week as a training stint with the Adelaide 36ers. This was with an arrangement with your current club, the Singapore Slingers. Last month, you were in China for a training stint as well. What did you gain from this Xi'an trip? First off.
I would say, I think, first of all, I think it's a much needed one because, like I said, due to our busy schedule, it is what Singapore it is. So we can't really get together, and just focus on basketball. It's just one thing. But when we go to Xi'an, I think that we bonded, even better. And when we go there, we just focus on basketball. We eat together. I don't say we sleep together, but we eat together, and then we play together, and we just focus on one thing. So I think what we get back is that when you play against the younger guys, like the university students, you gotta play in this manner, and then when you play the experienced guys, you gotta play in this manner. So I think for us, it's just a learning experience and a bonding session for us, to just go there and just focus on what we're supposed to do.
Okay. And upon your return from China, Singapore hosted a triangular which involved the national teams of the Maldives and Bangladesh. In the first game, we beat Maldives 98-46. Can you tell us about this win, this margin? 98-46.
It's just us being really focused, and just focus on our game, doing what we do best. Everybody's playing their role, not doing more, not doing less, just working hard on both sides of the court. So so the result take care of itself.
Okay. Mike, let's talk about the second game. This time it was the Maldives. No, it was still the Maldives as well, and they lost 75-48. What was the strategy going into this game?
After the first game, basically the coach, just try to change, or rather let
other players,
the bench players, the other players, to try to go for a run and to run some tactics itself. Yeah. So, it's great to have the South Asia team coming to Singapore.
Yeah.
It really gives us a different experience. To meet, because we are often playing only with the Southeast Asian neighbors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we hope that more of the other region, maybe even the Oceania region, people could come as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then we could have more exposure. Yeah.
So after these two matches against the Maldives
And Bangladesh.
yeah, then you had two matches against Bangladesh. So the first one, the score was 109-56. So what was the coach strategy in this third game?
They have been. It's a good run-up because we just came back from Xi'an.
Yeah.
So the players basically they have been staying together. They have been playing together. So the coach just let them continue to have this synergy together and just run on the court. Yeah. So it was more of a very good communication between the team members.
Delvin, then in the rematch against Bangladesh, the score was 79-64 in favor of Singapore. This margin was much smaller than the previous clash. So what happened there?
I think at the point of time, I think it was raining, and then the floor was really slippery. Like we couldn't.
Playing
really,
outdoors or indoors?
No, playing indoors, but
Yeah, okay.
the floor was just slippery, so we didn't manage to do what we do in the first game, and then a lot of players rested, and we actually just continued the game, but it was just us taking care of ourselves because it's an important game, but I feel like it's a build up to SEA Games, so we're looking forward more to the SEA Games because it's the major game. So at the point of time, we're just taking care of ourselves, and that's why the margin became a little bit smaller after that. So.
Okay. Well, just last week, you guys embarked on your final training stint. This was in Vietnam to play 2 friendly matches. How did this trip to Ho Chi Minh work out in the end?
Like what I said, it's still a much needed one, and play against Hong Kong, and then we play against Vietnam, which is gonna be the team that's gonna be in our group for SEA Games.
Yeah.
And with many Vietnam Americans coming in, naturalized player coming in, it's gonna be tough. It's not like the Vietnam team that we played before. It's gonna be tough, and we went there, having the mindset that it's just gonna be like a friendly game for now, And then when it comes to SEA Games, we're gonna go all out. But I mean, we lost in the end. But we're just gonna take care of ourselves.
Okay, Lavin, what did your coach work on you guys for this final stretch before you leave for Manila?
No, we are currently working on strategies, to play against Philippines, Vietnam. Because we already played against Vietnam, so we already know like their players and how they are going to play. So we're going to work on our strategies on how to counter them, and maybe try to win against them.
Okay. For you personally, is this a dream of yours, playing basketball for the national team? Has it always been your dream to play basketball?
Yes, definitely. Because I've been playing basketball since I was about 8 to 9 years old. Yeah, so I always wanted to do my best in basketball. So getting to play for the national team was one of my dreams.
Okay. Your friends didn't ask you to play football, play rugby?
Actually, I was called up to play rugby in secondary school because I had a DSA to ACS Barker to play rugby. Yeah, but I chose basketball instead.
Because of the love of the game?
Yeah, because I've been playing basketball since 9, so it's my passion. I really love the game.
Nice. Okay. Delvin, you're 24 this year. And I know one of your dreams is to play basketball professionally in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. Could you confirm that, whether that dream is still alive?
I mean, of course. I mean, like for every Singaporean, I mean, like playing in Singapore is definitely something that's important. But it's all about going out and then getting the exposure and then trying to be the best of who you can be. And if you can go to the top leagues, then it means that people confirm that you're actually really good. So I think every Singaporean dream is really just to go out there and play. Even in the NBA, even though it's so far, but we still want to have the dream. And sky's the limit. So right for me right now, I'm just gonna work on my game. Just try to improve on every aspect that I can, and then to see whether there's opportunity out there for me or not. So yeah.
So have you sort of set yourself like a target as to which year you hope to achieve that goal of playing the top 5 leagues in the world? Hopefully that's in your...
I mean, every year counts, as you get older, But I would say like 1 or 2 years, because I think for a basketball player, sometimes their peak comes later, like maybe like late 20s or what. So I just hope to, step out of here, in 1 or 2 years, and then try to, explore the world.
Okay. We come back to Mikell Koh, and in addition to being the team manager for our SEA Games basketball squad for the 3rd time, you're also the chairman of marketing and publicity at the Basketball Association of Singapore. How would you sum up BASS year in 2019 in terms of marketing and publicity and sponsorship?
Yeah, we've been having a good run the last few years. More and more brands are coming up. Partly that's also because basketball is one of the most participated sports in Singapore. It covers almost, both sexes and throughout all the age group, they are all participating. So
the basketball courts are everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. So it's great to see down the pipeline a lot of youngsters are enjoying the game. So all the brands they recognize that. So they are approaching us. They are discussing with us. And it's been great. It's been great. Yeah.
And what about the NBL Division 1 this year, organized by the BAS? How did that pan out, and who's won it?
This year, I would say that it's one of the tightest year. Almost every game is like ended with just 1 or 2 points apart.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been very, very close. And finally, Siglap came up winners. Yeah, and of course during that game, that's where Vignesh had a very good run.
MVP.
Yeah, with a good teammate there, pumping up the balls.
Oh, he plays for. Oh, right. Okay.
He's Siglap as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So he's a Siglap slinger as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Siglap slinger. Okay then, let's talk about your first opponents at the coming Southeast Asian Games. They are the Filipinos. They've won the gold medal 17 times out of 19. 17-time champions, the Filipinos. The first game is on December the 4th. Delvin, what can you say about the host and our chances of an upset?
I would say, Philippines, have been powerhouse, for all these years, and then I think one of the major sports is definitely basketball. And then they focus so much on basketball. You can see the fans, the supporters, and all that, the sponsors that they're having, and with those kind of exposure and all that, where you can really focus on basketball, just one thing, I think it helps them a lot, and it helps them to grow, as a nation, and like you said, they're the powerhouse. So the chances, I wouldn't say there's no chance, but we're just gonna take care of ourselves. Just do the things that coach want us to do. Play our role. Work hard on both sides, and then let the result take care of itself.
Okay, Lavin, our second opponents are the Vietnamese. You mentioned earlier that we just faced them, recently. So, what is the one thing that you learned about the Vietnamese squad?
Oh, they are resilient. They have been getting stronger and stronger every year, every season. Yeah. So, and this year especially, they have a really good squad. They have a couple of Vietnamese Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're definitely gonna go there and do our best. Give them the best fight we can. And, work on some things that we didn't really do during the practice game. We definitely gonna give our best.
Okay, Mike. Myanmar will be our next opponents in the group. What do you reckon our chances are against Myanmar?
Myanmar, we respect all opponents. They are. It might not be their main sports, but but it definitely. Of course, everybody's growing. Yeah, so I'm quite sure they are also prepared for the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delvin. So after 3 games, you'll be down to the knockout stages. Having won 2 bronze medals in 2013, 2015, finishing in 4th place just 2 years ago, what result would you be happy with, Delvin?
I would say anything with a medal, I'll be happy with it. Every nation is improving, and for us, we're improving also. So we're just really going to give our best, and just get a medal back for Singapore.
Lavin, this is your second SEA Games, and you're going to complete your studies at Republic Poly before entering national service next year. So what are you hoping from this particular SEA Games?
No, I'm definitely hoping to get a medal this time around, because during my first SEA Games we just fell short. We were close to winning a medal too. So this time around, hopefully we can give our best. Get a medal. First medal, my first SEA Games, my second SEA Games. I just want to get a medal. Yeah.
Okay, Mike, you are the team manager. For 3 editions. This is your 4th. This will be your 3rd. Okay, so in the previous 2, did you come back with a medal?
No, the first 2 was with FIBA Asia. We came in 3rd during the first edition.
Okay.
And then for the qualifiers, the second qualifiers with FIBA Asia, that one we just fell a little bit short because of some injuries during the game.
Right.
Yeah,
so this is your first time at the SEA Games as a
at
team manager.
Yes.
Okay. So what are your hopes?
Well, the team is looking good at this moment. They're very positive. We do have experienced team members as well as up and coming. So everybody is just eager to be on the court. Everybody is looking for minutes, begging for minutes from the coach. Yeah, so everybody is very eager and looking forward to the first game.
All right.
Yeah.
All right then. We've come to the end of this discussion on basketball. As we just said, in this decade alone, they've won 2 bronze medals. But just 2 years ago, they finished in 4th. This time round, they've got their hands full against the likes of Myanmar, Vietnam, and the host Philippines in their very first match. But nonetheless, we wish you guys, your teammates, your coach, everybody, they have worked very hard for this campaign. We wish you guys the very best, and do Singapore proud as always. Thanks for coming on board on Uncut. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you just heard from our athletes from basketball and esports, and we wish them the very best at the coming Southeast Asian Games. That brings us to the end of our Road to the SEA Games series. We hope you enjoyed our last 6 weeks coverage of speaking to our national athletes and coaches. Now, if you have any feedback or comments about this show, feel free to drop us an email at sgsportsuncut@gmail.com. Till the next time, I'm Raj Kumar. Bye for now.